I am not a purse puppy. I am not a shield. I am not a victim. I don't need a handout. One more time, it's your man, Big Brother Tucker. And I'm not sure if y'all have actually paid attention to it when I've said it before. But what I do for a living is I'm a rideshare driver. And with that, I enjoy meeting and talking to a myriad of people, different ethnicities, different sexes, different financial classes. And with that, I have come across some people that just said things because they see my skin color and think, oh, that's the hip thing to say. I've had people look at me and automatically assume that I'm some kind of down-ass Black Lives Matter person. I hate the group. They were a detriment to the black people, and they are a f***ing scam, as proven. Or they'll see me and think that I'm all pro-Democrat.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
F*** them. They are the ones that supported Black Lives Matter, and they made this country worse. But one of the more egregious moments that happened to me recently, I was taking a lady to the airport and we were talking sports. We got to talking about Green Bay Packers because she's a Packers fan. She was from Wisconsin. And we're just talking quarterbacks, and I said, yeah, I'm glad you guys are actually struggling now because y'all went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and y'all never had to go through quarterback purgatory like the rest of NFL teams. Now it's your turn. But I said, Jordan Love's getting there. He's pretty good. And I kid you not, this is what she said to me. Oh, he's a wonderful quarterback, and he's black.
What the hell did you just say?
What the f*** does that have to do with it? And he's black. Like I'm supposed to be some kind of trained SEAL. He's black quarterback. I don't give a
See, nobody cares.
How does he play? And right now, he stepped his game back up. But there were some weeks there where he was absolute garbage. That's what set me on this rant here. Because so often, and it is perpetuated, and my black people don't understand that you are falling into a trap that is set up by the very man that you claim to be fighting. Because it is mostly white people that are telling you, oh, you're a victim, you poor little sad thing.
Oh, you poor soul. Yeah.
No, I'm not a victim. I've mentioned it several times before. Yes, in my younger days, I faced direct racism. Direct. By police, white people in authority. Open, blatant racism, not coded, none of that old shit. I mean, open racism. But so far, where I am now, on the doorstep of 50, I know all the decisions that I made that led me to where I am today. Some of the choices were very open. Other were, I kind of had no choice at all. But still, here I am. I don't blame that on my skin tone. I don't blame that on the skin tone of others around me. It would be foolish to. Very foolish. So when I see my black people fall into that trap of, oh, it's the man holding me back. No, they've convinced you you're being held back. That's what they've done. There are many examples in nature of once you train an animal to go so far, then that's where they'll go and stop.
A flea can jump 36-inch vertical. If you capture the flea and you put him in a mayonnaise jar and you put the lid on it, the flea know one thing. I got a 36-inch vertical. So here he go. He start jumping, but he gonna hit himself on that lid. But after a while, after getting knocked down so many times, the flea makes an adjustment. So now the flea only jumps just to where he don't get knocked back down. He got 36 vertical, but since this lid is on, his environment got him now jumping nowhere near what he can. Them fleas have babies. Them babies is born into the conditions of the environment. Guess what? The flea is born with a 36-inch vertical, but because he see his mama and daddy jumping just barely to the roof, you know what he do? He duplicates that behavior. The flea never reaches his potential. Until you take the top off of your mayonnaise jar, you're gonna duplicate your surroundings.
Now, I don't know how true this is. Black people are being used still by the quote unquote man as shields, as scapegoats. And if I were to be a very sinister, controversial type person, I would say that it is a conspiracy of the man. Our people have fought so hard to get where we are in 2023, only to be taught and believe that we are still in 1953-63. And it's just not so. I will give you an example if you really want to find an enemy. How about this? What if I told you that the new way to denigrate or belittle the achievements of black people is to give them exactly what they want? What do you mean by that, Tucker?
What the hell are you talking about?
I give to you two examples. One being the director of the Marvels, black woman, Neil DaCosta. She is now being thrown under the bus by the Marvel hit squad, the media people that Marvel has in its back pockets. You know, things have gotten out like, oh, she didn't finish her directorial duties with the movie. When the movie was in post-production, she had already left and gone on to another project. Then you have the conflicting stories about her not being at the cast and crew screening. You have one group saying that she wasn't invited, another group saying that she didn't know about it. Hell, even a third option saying, well, she just didn't bother to attend. Either way it goes, she wasn't there. And there is no positive way to spin it, because the Marvel hit squad, well, to be more exact, the Disney media hit squad has already started to paint her in a negative light. They completely ignore the fact of what she said before, how she felt that this wasn't necessarily her film, how she didn't know what was going on, and how this was more of a Kevin Feige project. They completely ignore that. I saw that months ago, and I knew then, so they hired you to be their purse puppy. They didn't hire you because of your critical acclaim. They didn't hire you because of your skill as a director. They hired you as a black woman to lead a woman-led action film. That's it. You met their only requirements. Black woman. Ta-da!
Yeah, that was it. That's it.
They set you up to fail. As you have stated, you had very little input. This was Kevin Feige's film, a Kevin Feige production. That's what she said. She let y'all know she was only there for that. So if I were her, I would have felt comfortable on tearing my ass before it's done too. But that's not what they're going to tell. They're not going to tell the complete story. They're going to tell how she abandoned the project and how she was disliked among the cast and crew. Okay. You see, Ms. DaCosta, you were their purse puppy. And when hit the fan, you were their sacrificial lamb. You out of there. Now, the other person who's a prime example of this, and I said it once she was given this title, is our Vice President, Kamala Harris. I told my brothers, I told Frosty and Breeze, that this right here is one of the greatest scapegoat moments I've ever seen someone do. And when you study the history, the racist history of Joe Biden, look it up. It's one of the easiest things to find. When you look at the racist history of Joe Biden, it makes sense. You see, Kamala Harris was set up to fail the second that he made her border czar. He gave her a mess, a hot mess, a damn near unfixable situation, made impossible trying to follow the leftist, progressive, liberal means and ways of handling that issue. Because see, handling the border issue means you're going to have to be an you're going to have to piss some people off. You're going to have to appear insensitive and uncaring. That's what's going to have to happen. But we know that's not the leftist way. We know it's not. So since you can't be that, he gave you, President Biden, gave you an unfixable situation. He gave you the impossible mission. It's okay. It's okay. Because all you saw was, I'm going to be the first black female vice president. Without understanding, baby, you're just a shield. You're nothing more than a purse puppy. And when it comes down to it, you're going to go from purse puppy to sacrificial lamb.
The American Negro is nothing but a political football. And the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism.
Period. Right now, in New York City, Eric Adams. You see, right now, Eric Adams is dealing with the immigration problem. You see, the governor of Texas shipped him the problem because he said that New York City was a sanctuary city, that they could take the immigrants. And here in Texas, we believe in the phrase, hold my beer.
They want more people in their sanctuary cities. Well, we'll give them more people. We can give them a lot. We can give them an unlimited supply.
So Governor Abbott sent him busloads of immigrants. Deal with it.
As the mayor of the city of New York, I don't, weigh into immigration issues, border issues. I have to provide services for families that are here, and that's what we're going to do. And that's what our responsibility as a city. I'm proud that this is a right to shelter state, and we're going to continue to do that. And
then after he experienced what we've been experiencing, his whole tune changed.
110,000 migrants. We're getting no support on this national crisis. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City.
So now that he's blasting the federal government, telling them to fix this problem, asking for help, what do? Right here. The New York Times and the New York Post have reported that part of the investigation involves examining whether Adams inappropriately tried to help the government of Turkey get city approval to open a 35-story skyscraper housing diplomatic facilities in 2021, despite concerns about the tire's fire safety system. And that only came to light after he was accused of a 1993 sexual assault. Now, damn, you notice how all that happened after he started bitching, after he started complaining, after he was no longer their purse puppy and he became a bulldog? Y'all don't understand. I get it. But please understand that in the game of dominoes, and a lot of my black people out there play dominoes, I know this. Y'all know the phrase you always hear, all money ain't good money? Same thing applies. Same principle. Not every position that is offered to you is offered to you with good intentions. They still want to use black people as shields. And you are so stupid and so focused on screaming political racism and systemic injustice while taking the hand of the person that is actually doing it. Let me break it down for you. You are blaming the devil for the heat while taking his hand as he helps you into the oven. So that's one of the reasons that the Free Mind Thinkers channel even started. You are so focused on the white man this and the white man that you don't see that they are still patronizing you, those who mean you no good, and they're setting you up for repeated failures. And let me finish out how that plays out. So after repeated failure in politics, after repeated failures in entertainment, they can go back to doing what you have accused them of, hiring only white people. Except this time, they'll actually have proof of your failure. All money ain't good money. Now, I say all this to get you to understand that everyone that you're being told is your enemy is not. And I shout out to my non-black people, particularly my white folks. We're okay. We are good. Don't feel any kind of guilt or remorse or any kind of negative feelings for your skin color. You are not the enemy. Those in positions of power that seek to manipulate both you, the white, and us, the black, they are the enemy. The manipulators just don't come in white only. There are black people that will manipulate black people for their own personal gains. But I want the common black person to understand that you are being played. You claim that, quote unquote, the white people are your enemy while listening to them and taking their hand. So which is it going to be? I say you judge each individual on their character, not the color of their skin. If only there was somebody famous that have coined that phrase before. Judge a person on the content of their character, not the...
Will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
That's a credit to me. I'm pretty sure nobody else has ever said it, considering our behavior now. Dumbasses. I hope you were entertained and informed by that video. If you have something to say, got some thoughts on it, be sure to leave a comment down below. I ask that you share it out, spread the word. If you want to hear me bumping my gum some more, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a video and you can hear more of me chow-chacking. Please remember that these are exclusive videos on YouTube and Rumble. What you get on one spot, you may not get at the other. So follow me on both sites to get the full effect of Free Mind Thinkers. And until next time, remember to stand up, stand out, think differently. Holla.